but I need the proof. And if you don't show me, I'm cutting you loose. There's too many options, all begging me what I look like chasing you. That ain't something I do.
All right, what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Armon, and we're back with another video. Get in here, get in here. It's time to get into some things, okay? So we gotta talk about Nicki Minaj, all right? Your boy has been welcomed back into the kingdom. The emperor is officially here, all right? I am back and I am calling and holding court in the kingdom. All right, welcome back. We're going to get some things in order now that I'm back and in charge, okay? So everybody get ready because I'm running a tight ship in the kingdom. Do you hear me? Everybody in the back. We are running a tight ship. Barbs, do you hear me? In the back, I am here to set law and order, okay? So that's thing number one. Thing number two, we got to talk about forces in fashion. Nicki's interview with Vogue, and we're going to get into, we're just going to get into a real conversation in regards to this whole flip-flopping and this whole idea that I'm mad that people don't fool with me and the Cardi B stuff, like, because I just feel like I'd be like kind of talking about it, but I don't really talk about it, and I'm just going to let it be what it is today, and like, girl, y'all can kiss my on it, okay? But first of all, in regards to Nicki in her Vogue magazine interview, I watched it on the app. It was a great interview. I love watching Nicki interview, especially in those settings, because you get a different side of her. You still get Nicki. Don't get it wrong. You still get Nicki, but you get a more demure Nicki. A more calculated, responsive Nicki. You can tell that she's with amongst the people. You know what I mean? It's not more of the cookout Nicki. It's more of like, all right, she not really chilling. It's more of a professional set. And I liked it. She looked great. Simple but fabulous. And she pretty much just talked about her career, her being the #1 female rapper in the game, honestly, having the #1 highest selling tour by a female rapper ever, having the #4 highest selling tour of any artist, period. And so they just talked about her success, how she got started. I really resonated with some of her early beginnings. About how she wanted to be an actor and went to performing arts college, because I went to performing arts school. I did musical theater, jazz, tap, ballet. So that's why I'm a lot like very theatrical and dramatic, because I think a lot of my drama classes and my musical theater classes helped with that. I too wanted to be an actor. It just didn't work out that way. I remember my teacher told me I'd be nothing more than a reality TV star. I'll take it. But because I was always in the tea at the school. But anyway, all right, so listen. So, and then she also talked about how, she would work jobs and she would continue to get fired from jobs. So she had to like really start to focus on her craft. And that is to my story. I feel like I've had many, many jobs, from working at KFC to T-Mobile, every retail store you can think of, from Forever 21 to Saks Fifth Avenue to Nordstrom's to every clothing store you can think of, Hollister, and it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. I just didn't have the personality type for those type of customer service jobs, and I just couldn't work those jobs. And I knew that at some point I had to lock in and focus on my dream and get something that, that I could do, because I knew that I wasn't going to be a person that was going to be able to work a job. And I think that she knew that too, and that really resonated with me. And I resonated a lot with her on that, because that's some real okay, when you just keep getting fired and fired, you're like, this just doesn't work. But I know that I'm destined for more, and I'm destined for greatness, So she talked about that, and I enjoyed her talking about that. But one part of it that really stood out for me was passion. She talked about passion, and she talked about how she talked about chasing, and I think along the lines, like, I feel like I resonated with that too, because I feel like for a long time I was chasing something, and it would feel like so hard when I'm like chasing. And once you give up, not really give up, but once you release it and say, okay, I'm going to stop chasing this, then it all comes, And she kind of talked about that too. Like, if you're always chasing and not being satisfied with what you have, and, I need this, I need that, and not being grateful and, and showing gratitude for what you have, those things that you desire won't come. But you actually have to let things go in order for them to start to manifest in your life. And so I really resonated with that too, because that's something that I have learned for a very long time. And especially over my YouTube career, I learned how I needed to stop chasing certain things because as I would chase it would make it so much harder. And then once I said, you know what, I'm just going to focus on me and love what I'm doing and focus on the craft and the passion that I have for what I'm doing, then things will start to manifest in a way that, you know, I never could imagine. And it happened. And I'm still doing those things. Another thing too, that was interesting. I want to get back to the passion part. The passion was interesting because she talked about, you know, you have to do things with passion behind it. And if you don't do things with the passion behind it, if you're just doing it to compete, if you're just doing it to get by, you fall off or it doesn't really stick in so many words. And that resonated so well because I see so many people, whether they're artists, whether they're, you know, they want to be social media influencers, whether they want to be bloggers, you just see people that see other people successful and they think, well, I need quick money, or I just want to do this because I see this person doing it and it works, or, you know, or I know someone that can get me into this space, so I'm going to do it. But with the thing is this, the passion helps you work through the ups and the downs, you know, because it doesn't matter what you work on, what you do, whatever that career choice is, whatever that artistic choice of yours is, it comes with lows. And the passion gets you through the lows back to the highs. You know what I mean? But if you don't really have a passion for what you're doing, the minute you take that drop, you're going to stay stuck and you're going to stay down there because you're not truly passionate about what you're doing. You're just doing it to keep up, compete, compare, or you're doing it for some quick money. And maybe it worked once, but through life, everything has its ups and downs and you're going to be tested. And your passion helps you get through the true test, you know? And I think Nicki Minaj is one of those artists for sure that definitely has the passion for music and artistry. And you can tell because she has been in the game so long and she has withstood or withheld like this position for so long, going through the ebbs and the flows of, you know, success and shortcomings and failures and highs. And, you know, she keeps coming back. You know, you can really tell when an artist is passionate when they get on stuff and they do remixes. They give out free stuff. They you know, they do free shows. They do. And when I say free shows, I mean like things that really don't make them any money. Like, so when Nicki would do those little remixes on Audio Mac and things like that, like that is passion. You know, she's a passionate artist. I think Megan Thee Stallion is a passionate artist. I think that Lotto is a passionate artist. I think that Glorilla is a passionate artist. Those are artists that I think really, really are passionate because it doesn't matter about the numbers, the sales, the visuals. They're going to keep putting stuff out until it sticks. You know what I mean? And so I really like that about her. And I think that that's why she is where she's at because she's done it for the passion. You know, I can't tell you how many bloggers and YouTubers I see wanted to be a YouTuber because they see like the glitz and the glamour. They see the money on YouTube, but the minute their video doesn't get any views or the minute they get dragged or the minute, you know, YouTube throws them out the algorithm, they disappear. It's so many people that came and went that had big moments on YouTube and you look around and where are they now once they got themselves in a little bit of controversy, once they got canceled once or two times, you know, and they've fallen off or, you know, they didn't make it through because they didn't really have the passion for it. It was just money, you know? And this is why I feel like I'm still here. And a lot of people don't understand that because there is no going back. I would have to die. You know, I go through my days where I get depressed. I don't want to do it. I do burnout. It takes me forever to make a video because sometimes I'm just not in the mood. But at the end of the day, my passion for creating and talking and creating conversations and making it exciting, I truly do love it. It just sometimes does feel like a job, but my passion keeps me through it. And this is why I'm able to keep going from getting, you know, humiliated on TV and being blocked and people not liking me. And people are like, how is this dude still keep going? How is he's still running through the ranks? Because people might think I'm only doing it for clout. If I was just a clout chaser, I'd have been done a long time ago. Can you guys not tell how many people have been trying not to give me clout? You know, it's been very clear. I mean, at this point, you've got people that have unsubscribed from me. You've got people that didn't want to post me, didn't want to recognize me, give me my flowers. They used to take my content, you know, take my posts, not credit me. I went through all of that stuff for many, many years and still go through people trying to silence me and ostracize me out and call me all these different names. But if I was just a clout chaser, I'd have found another way to do it. It's not about clout. It's just about the fact that, listen, I'm passionate about this. Now, through my growing, I may make some mistakes, but I'm not going anywhere because this is what I do. I'm a creator. I make music. I create art. I'm a talker. I've been doing this since a kid. So the internet is just now catching up, but the passion for what I do is still there. That's why you can't cancel me. You can't do it because at the end of the day, if I flop, if I fail, I'm going to get back up because I'm not doing it for clout. I'm not doing it because just for the money solely. I'm not doing it just for the fame and recognition. A piece of me is doing it because this is what I like to do. What I love to do. This is who I am. I've done this for free for many years. I talk for free. And now the fruits of my labor have paid off because of the passion. You know, I would go and build sets and build studios. And if I was just clout chasing, would I spend hundreds of $1,000s on building a studio and updating equipment and all these different things and traveling here and traveling there and flying here to do interviews and booking guests and doing all that? No. That is passion. Even though it may make money, it may not make money, you have to take the risk. If you're passionate about it, all risks are good risks because you learn and you get rewarded. And so that's what I learned, number one. And so that's why that really resonated with me. A lot of these people get online and they just tweet from their desk and they just talk. They're not really passionate. The minute they get whacked up, they disappear. So passion was a big one for me. Her cultivating her fan base was a big one, talking about how, you know, she has a real relationship with her fans and how, you know, the fans really love her and how she has a special relationship with her fans. And I think that she really, really does. And I think this is a great segue into talking about how, you know, I got unblocked. So on last night, and shout out to Nicki Minaj too for winning best female hip hop or best album, female album of the year or rap album of the year at the hip hop awards. I didn't even watch the awards. I was the one. The station head with Nikki. So I'm chilling, not really feeling well, drinking my Theraflu, child, and Nikki's on station head, and she's doing this whole thing where, you know, she's talking about her fans and some drama that happened at Gag City, Queens, and just different stuff within her fan base. And I'm like, girl, I'm getting on here today. I'm getting on here. I'm getting up there today. I'm getting up here. Like, she's unblocking me today, and I'm getting up here. We're talking today. Like, at this point, let's just cut this shit. Okay? That was in my mind. So I went in the station head, and she was talking to another page. I just hate that. I get it. I just hate that I was talking to her through a third party because I really didn't care about that whole situation with that other person that I was talking about. I really could care less. But long story short, that person was up there talking. They were saying some stuff, and I'm just like, girl, I felt like that person was lying. Either way, I felt like that person was lying because that person was saying some crazy stuff about me at one point, and I'm just like, girl, you up here lying. Long story short, Nikki ends up pulling me up. Boom. So she has me going back and forth with this person. That's not even important because, girl, at the end of the day, it is what it is. So me and her gets to talking. And essentially, she was basically saying that, you know, I had said some things about her family. So she unblocked me, or so she had blocked me and she wasn't really fooling with me. And am I willing to take accountability for that? I personally don't feel like I was talking about her family, but if she's talking in regards to, you know, her husband and covering the case, then okay, then I was talking about her family. But I try to pride myself on staying clear of personal things because I don't want it to get back to a place where, you know, of no return, you know. And but if she felt slighted by that, you know, I did apologize to her for that, and I didn't mind taking accountability because during that time, I personally felt like she blocked me because I did a tarot reading on her relationship. She said that wasn't what it was. My issue at that time was I sent her a DM because she was following me and asking her how I could get on Queen Radio, how I could do this, how I could do that. She never responded. But the minute I said something she didn't like, she saw that and unfollowed me instead of communicating. So I just felt like she only used to see the negative and never the positive. And during that time, I felt like, girl, I'm only one of the only bloggers that you are choosing to put on Queen Radio, that actually support your music and talk about the music. These other girls they don't even talk about your songs. So I felt slighted in that moment. It's no shade. I just kind of felt like, girl, what's the tea? But, that was me, feeling a little entitled, if you will, and it is what it is. That was, 6 years ago at this point? So I had to learn, I was going through, growing pains, like I said, trying to navigate this business, trying to do my thing. I don't want to be a fan page. I want to be a media personality, a podcaster, a respected commentator in the culture. So I reserve the right to have my opinion on all people, but do it in a respectful way. Now, so she did unblock me. She actually unblocked me before I came on the panel. So I don't know how she did that or how she knew to unblock me, but she did whatever she did, and I was unblocked. So then she told me she would never follow me again. And for me, a follow is not what I really want. I mean, because honestly, a follow don't pay my bills. So I'd rather have a relationship and a rapport. Her following me, I always tell you this, I don't really care about the celebrities following me, because them following me just almost makes it almost awkward for me to do my job and post if they have enemies or beef with other people. Because, she may like Meg. I might like something that Megan does, and she may not want to see Megan on her timeline. But because she's following me, she's going to see that. So I'd rather her not. You know what I mean? I'd rather you not follow me, because I don't want to feel like I can't post what I want to post, because I have to cater my post towards towards you following me. I just rather it be you respect me, I respect you. I'm a fan. You're my number one celebrity. And it's going to be love. And when I'm going to cover the content, I'm going to cover it in an objective, fair way. But as far as follow me, I don't really need that. I don't really need to follow from any celebrity, because at that point, it's almost like it's a silent binding contract of awkwardness that I don't like. Okay, I've had that feeling before. I've been followed by some of the baddest bitches in the game and unfollowed by them at the same time. So that doesn't work for me, because I'm a free thinker. I'm not a fan. I'm not a stan. I'm a fan of many. But I cannot tailor my posts and content based on who's following me. So that's why I don't prefer people to follow me. If you're not, because I can't just post about you. You know what I mean? So that I don't mind that. Now, she did say I'm going to be forever on the list. I think that's cool. I ain't mad about that, because I felt like if she didn't really rock with me, if she didn't really care, she wouldn't have brought me up. She wouldn't even acknowledge me at the show. And prior to that, Nicki Minaj has been posting my stuff on Twitter, even while I was blocked, So it was a good conversation. And this is 2 times that I've interacted with her, and it's been very genuine. First time at the concert when she saw me. Second time on station here. And it just felt like we've known each other. You know what I mean? And it felt like we're talking. And I felt like she understood who I am and where I was coming from. And she, she's cool, Now, and she explained to me that, some of her fans are not going to like me and whatever. I really don't care about her fans liking me, because I'm not here for her fans to like me. And, I'm just here to do my job, but also be a fan of my favorite people. How not many people get to do sit in this type of seat, be a fan and do their job. You know what I'm saying? So imagine consuming content or seeing your favorite artist, and then you've been able to do your dream job, and then that gets you in contact with your favorite artist to where you're even actually talking to your favorite artist on the phone. Or you can see them at the concert in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Your favorite artist recognizes you. I've got a chance to be face to face now with my 2 favorite people in the world, entertainment-wise, Nicki Minaj and Wendy Williams. I've seen them up close and personal, spoke to them, had an interaction with them, done it. You know what I mean? And a slew of other celebrities, but just to have that moment with them was great, and it was in a crowd full of people, your 2 favorite people see you, and it's and it's love, and they don't brush you off. Hey, as a fan, I love that. And then as a creator and a person that, gives their opinion, it lets me know that I'm on the right path because I'm unlocking levels and categories, and getting my due respect and getting my, getting my recognition, which also let me know that, hey, earlier on, Armon, you probably didn't need to move the way that you moved. You just needed to keep focusing on the prize and being passionate about what you do, and things and doors will unlock for you. But at the same time, I can't sit up here and regret everything that I did, because in life is about learning lessons. And through every lesson, you learn something. And so I don't regret anything that I did. Would I do it again? Knowing what I know now, I probably would move differently, but I don't regret doing what I did because I feel like I'm very authentic to myself. Now, a lot of people, you're a flip-flopper, you're this, you're that. I don't really care about any of that because a lot of people will never have the balls to get out and do what I do. There's a lot of people that also stay one way and you can see through the fake bull. So that's why they don't move through the ranks, because you can tell when people are just saying yes, 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 or no, 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 no. For either way, either you're just trying to kiss or you're an extreme hater, and people can see through that. But I think what sets me apart from competitors, peers, is that I'm one of the best at what I do, hands down. And then two, if not the best. And at the end of the day, you can tell that I'm navigating, and I'm not trying to I'm going to give, I'm not going to just go and say, oh, I love this because I think that's what you want me to say. I think sometimes these celebrities, they don't even love all the stuff that they do. But then when you go out and say, I love it, 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 they're kind of like, you do? I thought it was pretty trash. So sometimes you'd be surprised because they actually respect somebody that will stand out and say, I didn't really like that. Because deep down, they probably didn't like it either. Do you know how many people probably just tell them yes, 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 just because that's what they think they want to hear, and really sometimes these people want to hear the truth? Or do you realize how many people they hear no, 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 because people are just hating on them and they just want somebody to just give them an objective opinion? That's why I don't just straight hate either. But if you're all too left or too right, people can't really respect your opinion. Now, people think I'm a flip-flopper because I'll like something one day and I won't like something the other day. It is what it is. I really don't care about that. I think that's what makes me me, and that makes me authentic, because I may like your shirt today, but I may not like your shirt tomorrow. But that doesn't change the fact that I like you and I'm a fan of you because I don't like your shirt tomorrow. It is what it is. Now, some people feel like they got to lie and pretend to like every shirt you wear when that's just not true. That's just not true. And people don't respect people like that. And any person that expects me to love everything one person does all the time, that's not a person that I need to be in relationship with, because at the end of the day, I don't even love everything I do all the time. So how can I love everything you do? There's no way. There's sometimes I look back at stuff that I've said or I've done. I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I wear that? I looked crazy as hell. This was stupid. So if I could say that about me, what makes you think I can't say that about you? That's crazy. And so, I feel like we've got through that. Nikki's aware what I said, you know what I mean? We got past that hurdle, and I'm glad. So I feel like we're at a fresh, clean slate. One of my favorite artists. Next thing, and she did talk about. She was like, "Yeah, you niggas, you talking? She's a key. Let me tell you something. She's a key." During that time she was on the thing, a lot of people was like, "Armon, you're letting her talk to you crazy and this, that, and the third." Child, I don't care. There's a few people that I want to talk to me like that. Actually, this wasn't good enough. She needs to bring back Queen Radio, and I need to be in studio, and she needs to go off on me and cut my mic off. Then I'll know I've made it. Allow me my Joe Budden era, please. Mind y'all business. Cut my mic off. I'm not finna argue with this lady up here. I'm up here, girl. It's your kingdom. What you got to say, baby? So I let her go. Why would I go battle and argue with her? Girl, like, what's up? I'm happy to be here. I'm just happy. I'm happy she's even willing to argue with me or curse me out. Go ahead. So what? So what are you saying? Let's talk about it. So she's up there. She says, so the things that you've said about me and my family, I want you to listen. I'm being serious now. I have never not felt bad for any of my enemies. I have never not felt bad for any of my enemies. And I'm over here lying, okay? Because I'm like, girl, go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. Get it out, girl. Whack me, girl. Go ahead, girl. Never. I was just like, okay, girl. And if you were talking nasty about my family, then such and such deserve to say and do whatever they did to you. Then she got into, which I didn't think was for me, but I just went ahead and accepted and took it. You niggas think you can say anything to women, but you know when there's a man there that can stand in your face, you be all securityed up and won't say shit. I'm thinking, girl, this is not for me, but okay. Because I was at Gag City by myself. And I'm with my sister the second time. I was there by myself. There's no shade. I'm just saying, it's no shade. But girl, I didn't really want to go back and forth with her because girl, I didn't want her to cut my mic off and drop me down. And so I was just like, girl, I'm going to let her cook. And because here's the thing. And a lot of y'all be having these opinions about, oh, you just sit there and took that. First of all, I'm not going to argue with nobody on their platform. They have the control. And I'm trying to build a relationship with them. Let them get it off. If they feel like I've wronged them, let them get it off. I do that on my platform too. We can have discourse, but a person not finna come on my thing, finna check me, talk to me crazy, because I'm finna get them off. So I know how this goes. Y'all forget, I do the same thing. I have a station head, I have a Twitter, I have a call-in line, and so people be trying to call me and grieve me, and I say what I need to say. It's my show. I'm gonna run it. And if you get too crazy, you're gonna go and you're gonna miss the moment. So at the end of the day, I respected her platform, and we were working out a relationship. So if she needed to let me know something, she was respectful. She wasn't rude to me. I took accountability because I did do some wrong things. And girl, it was what it was. I don't understand why people thought that that was a big deal for me to sit up there and let her gag me. That was a key for me. That's what I wanted that. That's part of listen, there are only a few people I want to gag me. Nikki, Kaya, Tokyo Tony. Them girls read me. I don't care. That's a key. It's part of the entertainment. I love when those girls when they start getting into their reading bag. It's like, cool. Read me. Please. Light me up. That's part of the show. Read me down, please. Love that. It's no shade. So a lot of people were trying to make it a big deal. Now, if I went up there and went off on her, people would have been like, see, Armon doesn't know how to carry himself. He does this, that, and the third. So, people just talk in the comments because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If I went up there and started feeling myself, people would have been talking about I'm so arrogant. I missed the moment. I burned bridges and this, that, and the third. If I would have went up there all sassy and carrying on and trying to battle her on her platform and she dropped me off, y'all would have been talking about how stupid I was. Now, I go up there and give the woman respect, shut my mouth and listen and apologize and defend myself when I feel need be. Now I went out like a girl. I'm not going to let you girls gas me up in the comments. I'm not going to let you girls gas me up. I'm not going to let you girls trick me out of my spot. I'm not going to let you girls do any of that. Okay? Because there's many of you bitches that wanted to be up there that couldn't get up there and will never get up there. It's no shade. There's that. Okay? And speaking of that, and then she also was talking about, she was like, yeah, because, once I decide to get into my media bag and get on the mic, you niggas is and I'm like, well, listen, I'll be here for it. I'm listening. My whole thing is, Nikki, when you decide to get into your radio bag again, you let me know when I need to put on my headphones. Because I can mic up next to you. Or, I don't even got to sit there. I could be in the corner and hit you with the ad libs. Ugh mug. With that nasty wig. We was ping ponging. So this is a team effort here. So Nikki, you let me know when Queen Radio is coming back or when Heavy on It is signing podcast deals, and I'm here for it. Okay? I want to be a part of the show. Let's do it. Bump an interview. I don't want no interview. I want to do a show. And I want to get into some things. Okay? So you let me know. You let me know. I'll get my headphones, child, and I'll get my corner, have my water, baby. And you let me know what we get into, baby. I'm ready to rock and roll. So I hope one day you really do that quickly. Because I'm ready for it. It's no shade. So there was that. Yeah, so it was cool. It was a really good moment. I'm just like, I'm over the moon. I'm happy. I'm like, for me, growing up and just really listening to her, being a super fan, one of my ex-boyfriends knew how much of a fan I was of her in 2019. He hated the fact that I was 2009, he hated the fact that I was a Nicki Minaj fan. That was part of the reason why we broke up. But to now, and I always knew one day I would meet her or I would talk to her, and to now get to a point where, I'm talking to her, and even during the time where you have YouTubers and Twitters and people, every time someone else would get a chance to talk to her or they get a shout out, oh, Armon, you're never going to talk to her. You'll never get to talk to her. You'll never get this. You'll never get that. I just said, okay. And not only did I get to speak to her within the same month, she recognized me, and I went to 2 shows, and the woman pretty much gave me my life in the middle of her concert. So this is why I don't listen to the chatter of you niggas. Me and you niggas are not the same. Okay? You niggas got to report on what happened with me last night. I don't report on what happened with you. You feel me? So that's just that. Now, let's take it a step further. Let's get into Ugg Mug and Cardi B. I see a lot of people saying, oh, well, you're just like Jason Lee, because Jason Lee was trying to bully celebrities into being his friend. You did that to Cardi B. You're just mad because Cardi B doesn't with you no more, and so you're Team Nikki. I need you guys to understand, because a lot of that gets lost in the shuffle. The reason why I contacted Cardi B is because I felt like Cardi B was a real back in 2020, 2019. I said some disparaging things about her, and I'm like, hey, let me give this woman a chance. And then she actually slid in my DM one day and corrected me on a story that I put out. And I said, wow, she put respect on my platform. I can appreciate that. So, Cardi B, you're not that bad. Let me go ahead and take a step back and appreciate you and look at it a little bit different. That's what I did. That's when I started supporting her, because I'm like, wow, this woman could have just went on a rampage. She could have just blocked me, but she didn't do that. She didn't do that. So I thought we were cool. We were building rapport. We were building a relationship. However, I did notice over the time, we would be having different conversations about stuff, and it would just, I thought we were cool, but then there'd be many times that I would have to tell her, are we cool, or are you handling me like a blogger? And this is over the course of 5 years. Because I would feel like, girl, wait, something is not right about this. It feels, because it would be like, girl, you only talk to me when this and this, or when this and that, but if there's something positive you don't like, girl, it just was feeling weird. So I'm like, girl, I feel like you're kind of handling me like a blogger and not as a friend or cool, but you are putting it on like we supposed to be friends. Let's be clear here. But you're handling me like a blogger, and I'm not dumb. I know when somebody's kind of handling me with a long-handed spoon, but trying to play cool. But I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm tripping. Because, it's the parties, it's this, it's that. It's like, okay, cool. But then it's like, when the things happen, you can see how other people are being treated versus how you're being treated. So I'm like, something still isn't right. I don't think she's quite forgiven whatever happened. And I think that she's just kind of like playing cool. But she really don't me like that. But I let it rock because I didn't know. And then when I would bring it up, it would be like, girl, you're tripping. And this wasn't just last year. This has been over the last 4 or 5 years. Like different conversations have came up. Okay? And so this last time something transpired, she got upset with me because she felt like I didn't handle the situation as a friend would handle it. And that was the first time in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm your friend? Because, girl, you know, child, I can't even get a happy birthday. Or when I text you happy birthday, you don't even, so, you know, I didn't know we was friends because, girl, when I was trying to do the French, you wasn't giving friend, it was giving, you're the blogger. And before anybody tried to twist it and say, well, I was mad about a happy birthday, it's not about a happy birthday. It's the point. You coming to me saying that I didn't handle the situation like a friend, but I didn't know we was friends because, girl, when I was trying to be the friend, it wasn't giving friend. So all of a sudden, when you didn't like something that I said or you didn't like something that was posted, all of a sudden, I wasn't your friend and I was using you. That was last year. So I'm like, okay, let me take a step back because, girl, you're trying me. And I still never said anything. I never told the internet, never said what was going on. But I did allude to the fact that you had me because in my mind, I'm looking at the last few years of everything that's been going on. And if I'm using you, what thing have I gotten that's just been so astronomically, you know, that I'm using you? Now, people will say, oh, you wanted to go to the studio, so you were mashing. No, that's not what I wanted. I did want it at a point, but that got offered to me. I didn't call her and say, hey, can I come to the studio? She said, I want you to listen to some songs in the album, for the album in the studio. Like, I'm gonna bring you in. That's what she said. And I'm like, okay. Then every time we would talk, she would say she was gonna do it, but then she would never do it. So I'm just like, girl, stop promising me that you're gonna have me come to the studio. Because I feel like, girl, now you're dangling that over my head for me to like give you positive reviews. So I feel like you're playing in my face because you were never bringing me to the studio, but you knew that was enticing enough for you to manipulate me into, you know, that's kind of how I felt. So in my mind, I'm like, well, since I'm using you, let me show you how it looks for me not to use you. So I took the guardrails off of the commentary. Things that I would not normally talk about, I talked about because I didn't want her to think that I was using her. And y'all thought that it was like, oh, Armon is just flip-flopping and he's mad, he's trying to get back in Nikki's good graces. No, don't say that I'm using you when I get dragged for you daily. You don't come online and say anything. You got people thinking that I'm just so entitled. You've defended many other bloggers. You even got people playing in my face thinking that I'm mad about a Jason Lee interview. I'm mad about this, and you know I'm not, but never clear it up. But the minute somebody says something about Ugg Mug or anybody else, you get online and clear it up. But you let all these narratives rock about me. So I had to realize, like, okay, that's cool. But after that, I thought we got to a cool space. And then as we're talking and getting to a decent space, I find out, which I've never done, because I know as a blogger, the reputation is, especially with her and, you know, Tasha K and all that, I know what the reputation is as bloggers. We're not to be trusted. I'm a gay black blogger that discusses tea. People are not going to trust me. So the one thing I try to do is if I'm able to have contact with you, if I'm able to get on the phone with you, one thing that I will hold up is whatever we talk about, I'm not going to talk about it unless I clear it with you, and I'm dang sure not going to record your conversation and leak it. Because I wouldn't want you to do that to me. So this last time, we're having a conversation, and I'm like, okay, which, again, she called me. I didn't call her. She called me. And we had a conversation because the drama got kicked back up because I was receiving threats from Offset in the DM, and I sent it to her, and I said, are you having him threaten me? Like, what is this? Because this is coming out of nowhere. So she called me, talking to me about that and asking me a bunch of different questions. And I'm like, girl, what's going on? You know, because I thought we were cool. I don't know where this is coming from. You know? I didn't say anything in regards to just 2 days prior that she jumped online and was supporting Tyler and this, that, and the third in the midst of me and Tyler going back and forth. You know, just weird shit. I didn't even get into it. But unbeknownst to me, you called me, then you started asking me about Ugg Mug and this and that and all these different things. You're recording my phone call. Then you send it to Ugg Mug. And so Ugg Mug is mad because and looking for a reason to argue with me, all because I'm retelling a story of how me and another blogger got into it and how me and Cardi B originally got on the phone and pieced up our issue from last year. Ugg Mug has been sitting on this audio and been wanting to gag me and been wanting to try to prove that his friend doesn't with me like that. So he releases this recording to gag me online of a conversation that Cardi B and I had. And yet and still, I didn't say anything. And people will always say, well, he's been threatening to put out information before. No, I'm just saying I was never threatening to put out information on Cardi B prior to that. But my thing is, don't call me, going off on me, yelling at me, claiming that I'm using you and I'm not being a friend to you when you ain't been no friend to me. That's the first thing. I still ain't been out and putting out information. I'm not going to do that. And then the second time, don't call me, record me with no explanation, unbeknownst to me that I'm being recorded, playing in my face like you cool with me, and then you send it to your blogger friend so she can go and have an aha moment when it's time to drag me. What is that? So when I girl, I can get out here and start spilling tea too. I can, but I'm not going to, because you know why? I don't need to get into those waters. But what y'all gonna stop doing is playing with me, making it seem like I need to flip-flop and do this because somebody don't fool me. Let's be very clear here, and I want to be respectful as possible when I say this. I'm a human being. I'm 35, 36 years old. If y'all think that my life is based upon somebody with me and a celebrity, then y'all really don't know me. Yeah, and y'all get this internet really, really twisted. Don't ever think in your today life that Armon Wiggins is cocky and is arrogant and is self-absorbed and shallow as y'all may perceive me and say that I am. Y'all really think that a person is going to be able to pick me up and put me down and play in my face and decide, oh, I'm going to put you today, I'm not going to put you today, and I'm just going to be cool? No, let's be very clear. She could not with me, but I want y'all to understand this one thing. I don't with her. I don't with her. She can't call me anymore. Understand that. The line of communication is over. You've recorded me. So whether y'all want to respect it, I don't care what y'all say. Don't call me because I don't trust you. Once you record me and then send it out, we're done talking. So this is not about, oh, Armon, you're flip-flopping because she don't. No. I don't with you. You recorded me and sent out my recording, but try to make it seem like we was cool, and you didn't tell me that you was recording me. So y'all like to get stuff twisted, like, oh, this person dropped him. No. I drop people too. There's no more talking. I'm not answering my phone. Be very clear. And I'm not making no phone calls. Let's be clear on that. So y'all get into this idol worship and hero worship, girl, I don't give about none of that. Once you cross the line with me to a certain level, it's a wrap. There's nothing to talk about. So it's not about a person dropping me. I drop them. The relationship is over. It's done. So I don't know how y'all live y'all life, but you got one time to really play with me like that. There's nothing else. I will never trust you again. So there's no point in even talking because now I have to recount everything that I was feeling prior to that. Girl, you've been fake. You were fake. You were fake the entire time. Girl, you never with me like that. And all of that, you were playing games. Because even at the end of it all, you could record. Not only did you record me, you sent it out. Why did you send it? It's one thing to record it for yourself in your notes or whatever. You got to protect yourself. But why would you send that to a blogger that doesn't like me? And then you cry like you want peace and this, that, and the third. Well, if you wanted peace, you wouldn't send him that. You'd have actually got us on the phone and mediated a situation. You were being messy. Let's be very clear. So I just think that y'all need to understand, and even to this day, I'm not going to get out and air and post receipts because I don't care to do so. I don't have to. I understand where I sit. I understand where she sits. Y'all not going to believe me anyway. But what I need y'all to know is I'm not running around crying over everybody. And let's be clear, the cutoff works both ways. She can't just call my phone right now and I'm going to answer. Let's be very clear on that. Whether she will or whether she won't is not what we're talking about. It's the fact that if she does, this phone won't get answered unless I feel like it or unless I'm recording the conversation. Does that make sense? So I'm not just salivating at the thought of celebrities calling me and talking to them. I have self-respect. And once you cross me, the relationship is over because at this point, we're not getting no money together. I don't trust you. And then you're sending out my pertinent information. So there's nothing to talk about. So that's just that on that. I just need to clear that up because I just feel like I've never really cleared that up. And it'll probably never get cleared up because certain people are going to believe what they want to believe. But at the end of the day, if I was a person that was sitting there recording her phone calls and leaking it, you guys would have deemed me as a messy gay man. But because it's a celebrity and it's idol worship and it's a star, you guys will say, oh, Armon, you were messy, you were this. Well, you guys don't know what goes on behind the scenes. And I'm not here to try to villainize or make somebody look crazy. At the end of the day, I know what it is. They know what it is. And who cares? But me supporting Nikki is not because, oh, somebody don't fool with me, because I don't fool with her. Let's be very clear on that. It's mutual, very mutual. This is not a one-sided cutoff. I think y'all get a lot confused, like it's just a one-sided cutoff. It's not. It's not. So there's that. But the difference is why I can respect Nicki Minaj in this instance is because, and only time will tell, but the bottom line basis of it, when she got up there and when she talked to me, what she said was, I unfollowed you. I unblocked you. I will never follow you again. You're still on my list, but we're moving steps forward. Right there, how can you dispute that? It's very clear. She's not faking like we cool. She's not gonna pretend like we cool. We getting cool. We not enemies. We not great friends. We cool, but I'm watching you. And I want you like that. But I don't hate you. That's cool. I can respect that. Because I know once we work towards it, it's going to be legit. Versus you coming in here and saying, yeah, we cool. I accept your apology. Let's get on the phone. Let's chop it up. That's cool. But girl, you was never cool with me. You never forgave. You never got over it. You played me. You used me. You get what I'm saying? So I respect the person that say, hey, you know what? I can forgive you right now, but I ain't really want you like that. I'm watching you. maybe we can get somewhere, maybe we can't. But for right now, this is what it is. Versus a person trying to make it seem like they cool and they done got over it, this, that, and the third, and really they still harboring animosity and moving weird and recording phone calls and sending it out to bloggers. I can't that. That's fake. And I never been that type of person. That's not what I'm on. I don't give that. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me, but that's not what I give. It's no shade. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. I'm happy where I stand. And I really don't give a what none of you niggas think. You know, because instead of you niggas hating on me, y'all niggas probably need to take a course, crash course, and study. Because a lot of you niggas is and getting nowhere or stuck on one side of the fence. Mad because you watching me maneuver. It is what it is. I fall and get back up. Niggas thought I was done after TGIF. Fall and get back up. Get back up. Oh, Nikki, I never talk to you. Fall and get back up. Oh, Cardi, fall and get back up. Fall and get back up. You niggas, listen, you niggas ain't passionate. You niggas don't have it. When you're destined for it, can't no man stop it. And back to the Jason Lee part, just because I want to make that very clear too. There's never been a day where I have said I was going to expose information on Cardi B because she didn't give me something. Never. I never tried to tell a celebrity like, oh, I have this information, but you need to get on the phone with me or I can fan the fire or put it out. The only time I get into a bag of exposing is when I feel like you trying to expose me. That's it. I don't try to expose you to be my friend. You usually get exposed after you try to expose me. But I don't even do that anymore because it's no point. People expect me to do that. And then it just makes me look like, oh, I'm just this crash out emotional person. It's cool. I'm just going to get my weight up. Keep growing and keep building. That's cool. I'm not getting in that bag no more because people like to try to trick you out your spot. It is what it is. We climbing through the ranks. Some people you fool with, some people you don't. I'm just going to keep building, and one day you're going to have to meet me. And we're going to have to revisit this conversation when I get more stake in the game. It is what it is. It's coming. I'm not going to stress it. I'm not going to, I will be here a lot longer than a lot of these that y'all fans of. Be clear. So this ain't no race. It's a marathon. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish, and don't you forget it. Now, with that being said, these are my thoughts. It's been a lengthy video, but I just feel like we needed to really get into it. So, yeah, child. I hope you guys liked the video, liked the comments. I hope this answered a lot of y'all questions. And until next time, keep that same energy, and we'll see you soon. Peace out.
Just like E for real, quick to let a nigga know. Just like E for real, bossy bitch, you tell me what to do, I won't steal. Gon' pop out and stand on business just like me for real.